Some of the most amazing paintings I've ever seen are those of Thomas Olsman. He is a quiet man in his early 60s, and he lives alone in a small old house on the edge of town. Thomas is a portrait painter, the best of any of us have ever seen. Each one of his paintings is a Mona Lisa. Every little detail of your head, face, and upper body is exact. However, how he paints them is the question. You see, Thomas Olsman has been completely blind since the day he was born. Somehow, though, he can paint you. It's as if he can see you when you're sitting in front of him, having your portrait painted. How he discovered this ability or how he can do it is unknown. He will not tell you. If you bring him payment, he will paint you, and he will paint you beautifully. So I walked up to the front door of his house. I stood there, still and nervous. I was alone. As it is said, he will not paint you with others around. After a deep breath, I rang the doorbell. I waited a moment. Finally, he opened the door. His grey eyes looked over my head, and he was holding a cane. "Mr. Olsman, my name is Luke, and I want to be—" My voice trailed off in nervousness.
"To be painted, right?" he said. "Do you have money to pay me?"
"Of course, $200, I said. Thomas nodded and told me to come inside after I gave him the money. The house's interior was nice and simple. I eyed a stack of books on the table. One was opened, and I could see it was written in Braille. He led me into the back room and told me to sit on the stool. Nothing was in the room except for a chair and canvas, the stool, and painting supplies. I sat down and he sat behind the canvas.
"Now, son, I must warn you, sometimes I paint too far forward," Thomas said.
Too far forward? What could that mean? Maybe he sometimes painted the wall behind the person, or the yard outside the house? I dismissed the comment, and I had the feeling he wasn't all there. He started painting. I sat there for what seemed like forever. Neither one of us said a word. And not once did Thomas look at me. His eyes were closed the whole time. Perhaps he could see me in some way. Finally, he put his brush down.
"It is done,"
he said, and mentioned me to come over and see. The painting was me all right, down to the very hair on my head, but the state I was in, it was horrible. I was laying on the wooden floor. My throat was sliced open. One of my arms was gone. I was covered in what looked like stab wounds and bruises and blood. My eyes glazed over the bloodshot. I was dead. Thomas painted me after I had been brutally murdered. I was even wearing the same outfit that I was currently wearing. I stepped back. "Why did you paint this? Why would you paint something so horrible happening to me?" Thomas looked down with a grim face.
"I told you, sometimes I paint too far forward."
I was confused. "What does that mean?" I asked. He looked back up at me.
"Sometimes I paint something that hasn't happened yet."